We've got David Boyes, president of today's class here, demonstrating his career learning platform, and we're looking at the mobile version. David, why don't you give us a little insight into how using this platform on mobile will work?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm going to do is open up the Today's Class Technician app right here. And what you'll see is that I'm going to be prompted to take my daily training. So the idea here is that each user would get pushed a daily training notification. They open up the app and they see a screen like what you're seeing here. Have the opportunity to click the button to take my daily questions for the day. Most of our users are getting 4 adaptive learning questions a day, and we learn through the adaptive learning process. So I'll click the button for my daily training. Now I'm presented with a question about a technician working with a circuit. I'll give you a second to scan that. And basically I've got a couple options for my selection here. Now, as I select them, I can move it around, and then once I make my final decision, I'm asked to indicate my confidence. The confidence level feeds into the data, and that can be viewed from the manager's perspective to understand how confident is my tech? Are they underconfident? What impacts do confidence have on my productivity, on errors, etc.? So that data really comes through in the end. So if I make a selection here, I got the answer right, I'm getting rewards points, and then I'm also provided feedback, which you can see right there in the gray box. So that is where we can do facilitate that learning process, be asked a question, be provided feedback, and the idea is that I can learn through this process as opposed to reading a chapter or a page about this type of concept. I'm going to
And
hit
then you get
continue.
immediate feedback on whether or not you got it right or not. So then you can look at what the answer should be if you got it wrong.
That's correct. There's some folks that believe that you don't want to share what the correct answer is, but in our case, again, we are assessing you, but for the purposes of teaching you. So this is kind of a different take on it. So we want you to know what's right, and we want to provide context around it, and then you will be able to get that answer right going forward. So here's another question. So in this case, I'll just select this one. I'll say I'm low confident here. Okay, I got that wrong. I'm still getting some rewards points, but if I read that explanation, I'm getting the feedback I need to be able to understand this scenario.
And what are the rewards points primarily used for?
Rewards points are used for 2 things. And I'll show you that when I get to the end of the
Okay.
questions here, because we'll have a leaderboard where you'll show me competing against my peers, but also those points can be used to earn prizes. So we have a reward shop where you could redeem points for a Snap-on card or a Yeti mug, a variety of things. And that's available for organizations to set up. We support it as well. But we also have customers that are using that to create competition within their organization. So whoever has the most points for the month of October, for example, maybe get a free lunch or a free coffee or the best parking spot, on the property. So I'll again make another quick selection here. Okay, I got that one right. And now all the questions I've received in this case are text-based. We have a lot of questions that are image-based, matching as well, but it really depends on what content you're being served up on that day. Now, we were talking through this process, and it still probably took us 3 or 4 minutes here. And that was my training for the day. So the idea is that a technician would do that day by day, and through those small little bursts, they learn. Our average knowledge increase is greater than 25%. So this kind of approach works. It is a little different than reading a book, reading a chapter, but this is very targeted and allows you to develop the areas in which you need help. So at the end of my training experience here, I can see kind of a dashboard of rewards points I've earned, how I did today. I can see some recent achievements. But then also in the menu here, I can go, when we were talking about the points, look at the top performers, see how I'm doing against my peers. We can also have teams competing against each other. I can see a report card, which shows how I've done recently, where red is where I've missed a question, green is where I've done well. So for example, if I really want to improve upon the areas which I've struggled, I can just click that red button and shows me what I did poorly. So that's an example of a fill in the blank question that I got wrong. This is an example of a hotspot question I got right, but it gives me a really good sense of where I'm strong and where I'm weak. And I can search through these. I can take additional training from here as well. So we really are enabling the technician to develop their knowledge via an app on their phone. And the results have been pretty strong. We see folks doing this on Saturdays, on Sundays, on holidays, because it is convenient and it's effective. Other items that we'll see is within what we call the Discover Zone of the platform, where we can go read articles or watch videos on topics as well. So there's really a lot packed into the platform. And even for managers, we have an opportunity where they can see statistics about their teams right here on their phone. They can compare users, they can compare teams. So again, a lot of technology is packed into this app, which is now available on the phone that everybody's carrying around in their pocket.
Well, thank you very much for the demonstration. If you're looking to learn more, you can go to todaysclass.com. I'll include a link in the video notes, and hopefully we'll have some people trying it out and being able to improve their, not only the technicians, but also the business results, which is, I think, important for everyone. So, David, thank you so much.
Absolutely.